much as I get frustrated, I do get frustrated, but not as much as I do by the government. Because the government can't create jobs, but it's the government's job to create an environment by which companies want to come here, not leave here. And we haven't been able to do that in the last 30 years. So when we look at this, you got to look at failed government policies. Now, we have still an opportunity in this country to create an atmosphere in this country from a government perspective where it's going to be very, very cost effective to grow industry here in America. Because we've got a couple things that most countries don't have. We got a totally uninterrupted flow of cheap energy. Uninterrupted flow of cheap energy trumps cheap wages. Because American workers and American ingenuity is so much more productive than it is anywhere else in the world. So where it used to be cheap wages, that is not the case anymore. It's all about productivity, and it's all about operating costs. So many of these manufacturers depending upon energy that impacts their bottom line. So if you're in India or China and you got a shutdown because they decided to flip the switch and preserve some energy, it kills you. So we have an opportunity to market that and to grow that, but we don't have the will in Washington to make that happen because they're so economically inept. So it is frustrating. I'm with you, Roy. It is frustrating to see this happening over and over and over again. But we need to encourage these are companies that have plenty of free cash flow. And we need to encourage these companies. You put your money into automation and efficiencies and effectiveness and stay here in America and not be leaving. We've got an uninterrupted flow of energy, and we are going to have, this is the problem, we are going to have a lower tax structure. If I'm a corporation, look, you can't blame these guys. They've got an obligation to stockholders to add to their bottom line. If I'm a mid-sized corporation or larger, I'm sorry, but I have this pressure, I'm going to Ireland. It's like a no-brainer to me. You got a 12% corporate rate. I mean, a big company can add 3-4% to their bottom line. It's a no-brainer. You go. And I'll tell you, I don't know one corporate executive that I've ever talked to that wants to do that. None of them want to do that. They want to stay here in America. But the environment is such that it is not the case. And for all the ones that are talking about moving right now, there's a whole lot of them waiting to see what November brings. Trust me.